Hola, hola, mis amores, ¿cómo están? ¿Cómo están haciendo? Espero que están teniendo muy buen día y también una muy buena semana. Hoy es lunes y tengo planeado hacer unas cuantas cosas, ejercicio y cosas así, trabajar un poco. Déjenme saber lo que van a estar haciendo ustedes en el comments below. Hi, loves, how are you doing? Leave it in the comments below what you're going to be doing this new week. Today's Monday. Hope you're having a good day and hope you're having a good start of the week as well. So let's talk about this. So in the video for today and the topic for today, I want us to talk a little bit more about um, males in the 1 to 2%. So if you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button. I always forget to tell y'all. Oh, I forgot again. But go ahead and smash that like button for me. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button for me. All right, and turn on the little notification bell as well. So if you've been following my content, watch my videos, you know that I say this all the time. That's based on research, based on statistics, that 98% of males, 98% of males, and that's across the world, are trash. They're no good. They are they are just, we need to, the easiest way for me to say it is we really need to reduce the number of males that are currently occupying the planet. And of course, we're women, so we're not going to get our hands dirty with that. The males are already doing it for us because I truly believe that the males know and feel the same way. They know that that's true. They know that there's too many of them on planet Earth. They know that their numbers have to be reduced because they are actively destroying planet Earth. And planet Earth does not want any of them here. So they know that. And I believe that that's a big part of the loneliness, the very, very severe male loneliness epidemic that we're currently seeing, especially in the United States. Like, I mean, these males are lonely and desperate in their behavior. It's showing in their behavior. You know, the mass shootings, the mass murders, it's always males. You tell me a single instance where you've seen that it's been a female performing these type of acts and behaviors. Never. And we've seen a dramatic increase in these mass shootings and mass unalivings, right? Uh, Especially in the recent years, and it's always males. And so it continues to get worse. It continues to grow. I mean, these males are a lost cause. Ladies, hate to break it to ya, but they are done for because there's just too many of them here. They they made it to where it was almost like a synthetical growth, right? Like it was, they manufactured an environment to make it to where their species could populate a lot quicker, and they can't even handle it, you know, so they can't evolve at the rate necessary. They're not able to learn at the rate necessary, and so there's no other option, there's no other choice but for them and their species to be reduced in number, and they're doing that for us. It's like, it's crazy, we don't even have to do anything. They're taking their own selves out because they realize and they understand that, you know, they've made a pretty severe mistake, and ironically it is them that led to their own, they led themselves to their own downfall. That's the irony, right? So ladies, like the 98% of males, we don't want them. And so that leaves 1 to 2% of males. And I want you to understand and be clear on and be very goal oriented as to what we're talking about here. The 1 to 2% of males that are left, we don't want them either. Okay, the 1 to 2% of males that are left are the males that are tolerable. Okay, and what makes them tolerable is, do they have enough of what it is that we're looking for to justify us tolerating such a subpar species? Okay, that's what that means. Honestly, that's what that means. And the 1 to 2%, it's not like they're not good people or they're not like better morally or ethically, not necessarily from their other species counterpart. The thing is, the 1 to 2% will actively do the work on a daily basis to push back against their inherent nature. Okay, because it is in the male's inherent nature to destroy, to conquer, to divide, to be very vile, to be very hateful. This is in their nature. It is embedded in their core. So sorry to be the one to tell that to you, especially if you gave birth to a male. You know what I mean? Like, good luck to you, especially trying to have them fight the entirety of the patriarchy, which is ironic because the entirety of the patriarchy is essentially, it's literally part of what's unaliving males as quickly as it is, right? All these unrealistic expectations, telling them to do things that they literally cannot do and don't even want to do, right? Especially from an ethics and morality standpoint, these males can't do all that stuff. You're asking them to do stuff that they don't know how to do, they cannot do. And as soon as they realize they can't do it, which they realize that at a very, very young age, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to take themselves out, fall into depression. They don't have no coping skills. You know what I mean? Like, it's a mess, right? So, these males, I don't know what they're going to do, but that's what's currently happening. And I don't see a way to really help them with that, right? So yeah, good luck with that. But that's what the 1 to 2% is, right? So the 1 to 2% of males literally fight against their nature on a daily basis. That's part of what puts them in the 1 to 2% category. Okay. So the first checkbox, and really the easiest, simplest, bare minimum checkbox that the 1 to 2% has to check in order to even be considered as potentially being a part of the 1 to 2%, the bare minimum checkbox there is money, income. He's got to have money. All right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if this male doesn't make a minimum by himself, doesn't bring in an income monetarily, okay, of at least $180,000. Okay. I'll say at least $180,000 a year. If he doesn't bring that in the form of cash flow per year, if that's not his income, okay, he is not a part of that 1 to 2%, ladies. He's not. Okay. So you can go ahead and just like cross them out. It's like toss them clean out the window. If they don't make at least 180, if I'm being generous, 150K a year. If I'm being really, really generous, because even with 150K, that's just too much of a squeeze still, So 180K really is the true minimum number, minimum standard. If they don't make at least 150K a year, okay, they are for the streets. Okay, they don't even come close to having a prayer in hell to being part of the 1 to 2%. Okay, because everyone knows, especially at this point, ladies, we all know you need money. All right, you need money in this world to survive. You need resources in order to be secure. You need freedom. And how do you get resources? How do you get freedom? How do you get security? Well, you got to have money. All right. They always talk, these males always talk about, well, who's going to protect you? I don't need physical protection. Okay. Like, I could get strapped up and be more protected than any male could ever afford me, have more protection than any male could ever afford me. I'll just get strapped up. Okay. Like, that's it. Because nowadays, these males are so lonely that even if you tell them you have a partner, even if you tell them you have a husband, even if you tell them you have a boyfriend, they'll still keep hitting on you. They'll still keep coming at you. They'll ask you questions like, oh, are you faithful? I've heard those horror stories, right? I had it happen to me once, and he said, what did he say to me? He was like, oh, well, that doesn't mean anything. We could still be friends. It was super creepy, y'all. At this point, like, women are even having to, give out fake phone numbers. And what I do is I have a Google Voice number, because a lot of these males think they're smart, right? So they'll try calling you while you're standing right there, not even caring how uncomfortable, like how creepy, cringe, uncomfortable that is. They'll try calling you while you're sitting right there just to make sure you didn't give them a fake number, instead of just accepting the fact that if I gave you a fake number, I don't want to talk to you. Right? Instead of just accepting that fact, they would much rather put you in an uncomfortable situation, uncomfortable spot. So what I've started to do is I have a Google Voice number. And so even if they try that and they do that, or they'll call, or they'll say, oh, let me send you a text so you can have my number too. That's always how they do it, right? That's how they try to mask it. So you can have my number too. So I'll do that. Just in case they pull one of those. And then it's even easier. I can just block them right after the encounter and be done with it. Like, literally, I don't have to jeopardize my safety. Okay. So that's how I've started doing it. And that seems to work really, really well. It gets rid of them. I block them like super easily, and I don't give them your real number, so they're not able to trace it. Okay. Because these males are just dangerous. They're desperate. They're disgusting, and they can't even protect you. Not physically. They keep yelling, oh yeah, like, who's going to protect you? Not you. Okay, my weapon is going to protect me. Okay, like, you can't do anything for me. Not in 2023, you can't. Okay, like, these males are unhinged. Okay, so they're beyond y'all's control. So if we're talking about protection, you better come with the money. Okay, that's what we looking at in 2023 and onwards and forever on. Okay, because guess what? A woman needs resources. We need freedom. We need the ability to be able to live in peace. So if you don't make a minimum of 180K a year, You cannot consider yourself anywhere close to that 1 to 2%. No, because women should not be signing up to suffer with you because you don't have the resources necessary to take care of yourself or to take care of them and a whole family. So why should we sign up to suffer with you just because of feelings? Like, what are you talking about? Like, ladies, if you're catching feelings for a broke male, you have to work on yourself. Because I don't know what that's about, okay? That means that you don't have the proper standards. That means you don't have the proper boundaries. That means you don't have a clear understanding. You don't understand, okay, what it is to truly be loved and truly be appreciated. You don't understand what safety truly means if you keep going for these broke males. You can't do nothing with a broke male. If he's broke, he's going to end up hating you. He already hates himself, because he knows what he's supposed to be doing, and he knows he's losing. This patriarchy, this game that they've created, he knows he's a loser. He's losing severely, all right? He already knows this, okay? And then you go in, oh, let me suffer with him. Let me build him up. And that's why, guess what? As soon as you help build him up, he's gone. On to the next woman that would never put up with such poverty mindset and behavior, right? So he built on your back. So they already know this. Ladies, the ones that are still entertaining it, you need to do some homework on yourself on why you would accept such low standards and fall for someone that doesn't even have resources. Okay, like when you fall for someone that doesn't even have resources because you're ruled by emotions and you have no control over your emotions. That is not good. You have to be able to control your emotions, be able to control your mind, be able to control your behavior. Okay, so if he ain't got that money right off the top, he gone. He cannot be a part of the 1 to 2%. And you have to be able to confirm that. You have to be able to confirm that. You have to be able to like look, see what's in the bank account, see what's really going on. All right. Otherwise you gone, because these males will lie. They will lie. They have no shame. They have no ethics. They have no morals. Okay. Another thing is their net worth. Net worth is different from how much you make on a yearly basis. Okay, so their net worth takes everything into consideration. Any bills, any debt, any loans that they have. Okay, once it subtracts everything from all of their debt from their income and their positive assets to tell us how much their net worth is. So if the male doesn't have a minimum net worth of 220K, 220,000, okay, he's done. Okay, he's for the streets. And I got to tell you, that is not hard to accomplish. All right, that is not hard to accomplish. Okay, even I myself, my number is higher than that. All right, so it's not hard. Okay, if you are focused, if you are dedicated, if you know. So another thing is when we look at net worth and we look at how much a male makes, and I'm gonna keep it at these two things for this video because I had planned to go down the list, but I'm going to have to separate it in different videos so this one doesn't go too long. But that's another thing. When you look at net worth and you look at a male's income, that is a very, very good way to start off because you're able to really see what the work ethic of this individual is. You're able to see what the potential ethics and morality you're able to have. It's like a compass, right? Like you're able to have a more accurate start as far as like dissecting what type of individual you might be dealing with here. Now, it's the bare minimum. Y'all, I keep telling you, it's literally the simplest thing. It's the bare minimum. The finances is literally like the bare minimum, simplest thing. Because from here, now we know, okay, so he has the proper net worth. Okay, he has the proper income. So the potential for other traits that we would need is, the potential is there. Okay, because he was able to amass a certain amount of wealth. Okay, and resources. Okay, and it takes work, dedication, all these skill sets most of the time in order to amass those things. So it might be worth us using our time to look into to see if he actually has these core traits that we would need and we're looking for. That's what that does. Okay, so you have to look at their income. You have to look at their net worth. You don't want to be stuck dating a male, okay, that's middle class, lower middle class, and below. You don't want to be stuck dating a poor male. You don't want to be stuck dating a lower middle class individual. If he's not upper middle class and up, he's done for. And we all know that the middle class is slowly disappearing, right? So it's going to go back to what it used to be before, where it's poor people and rich people. That's it. Okay. It's poor people and upper class. That's it. There's no middle, because the middle wasn't a natural occurrence. Okay. The middle class was actually, intentionally fabricated from the start, but that's for another video. Okay, so now that's being pulled out, that's going away. All right, so the last thing you want to do as a woman is be stuck with a poor male or a lower middle class male, because he's gonna go right into that poor category. That's where he's gonna be. Okay, so we have to have these two things checked, because the next levels become even more important and become even more critical, right? Because the next levels, we're looking at character, we're looking at ethics, we're looking at values, we're looking at morality, to make sure you don't get stuck with a male that's going to be putting hands on you, for example, or a male that's going to be harassing you every second of the day, you know, or a weirdo that's going to have you doing weird things that you're uncomfortable with. You know what I mean? Like, so we're looking at all these things, and that's the next step. It becomes even more important in progression. But you don't want to start the interview and analysis process on a male that's not even worth your time, can't even amass a certain amount of wealth and a certain amount of income. That's a complete waste of your time. Okay. So as we do these things and we check these boxes, that's how we come up with, okay, is this male potentially a part of the 1 to 2%? Because that's what we would be looking for. Okay. That's what we would be looking for, because that would be the only thing, or the only way we could maybe try to make it make sense to tolerate this species in our vicinity. Okay. So, more and more videos to come on this topic, particularly, especially this week. So if you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button. I always forget to tell y'all. Oh, I forgot again. But go ahead and smash that like button for me. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button for me. All right. And turn on the little notification bell as well. So I will be making a lot more videos, especially this week, on this topic, because we haven't covered it quite yet on the 1 to 2%. Okay. So go ahead and smash the buttons for me, and leave it in the comments below as far as what you think, what are your thoughts, what's coming up for you, and I will catch y'all in the next one. All right, bye.